everyone doing great today? That's nice to hear. So now please be reminded of my three rules inside the classroom. First, listen attentively to my discussion and to your classmates who are answering my questions as a sign of respect. Second, raise your hand or state your family name if you want to ask or answer a question. Third, open your cameras. And lastly, refrain from surfing to any social media sites. I want you to stay focused. Are these clear, class? Is there an assignment to be passed today, class? How about any absentees for this morning? That's good to hear. Now, last meeting, we discussed about homonyms in which infers to words that are spelled and sound the same but have different meanings. Now, to check your understanding about the previous topic, let's have a quick drill. Direction. Identify the correct homonym to be used in the sentence. Are there questions about the previous topic, class? Alright, since there's none, so can I have Mr. Dagamak to please read the praise presented on screen? Alright, thank you so much, Mr. Dagamak. So based from the text you have just read seconds ago, can you please share in the class what have you understand? Great job! Precisely! Thank you so much, Mr. Dagamak. So can we give Mr. Dagamak a virtual clap? Alright, the praise that is being presented and was read by Mr. John Leo conveyed another meaning and does not mean its literal meaning. Now I want you to analyze this sentence and give the exact meaning of the underlined word praise. Don't worry, Sophie. This job interview will be a piece of cake for you. You have all the skills they need, and I think you're absolutely the best candidate. Can I have some volunteer to share her answer in the class? Yes, Mr. Humawig, proceed. Precisely. Thank you so much, Mr. Humawig. You hit the head of the nail. Bullseye. This morning, we will discuss about idiomatic expression and determine its meaning by noting context clues and collocations. I want you to listen carefully because at the end of the lesson, you are expected to attain our lesson objectives. First, determine the meaning of idiomatic expression by noting context clues and collocations. Second, use idioms in the sentences correctly. And lastly, discuss to the class the importance of using idiomatic expression in a conversation. Now, are these clear to you, class? But before we proceed with the discussion proper, let's have an activity first. So the title of our activity is Create a Story for Me. Now in a group of 3, I want you to derive a short story that best describes the idiomatic expression that I have given to you, class. Now, I'll be given only 3 minutes for you to finish the activity. Now, are these clear, class? Alright, so your timer starts now. The English language is one of the fastest and most vivid languages in the world. It is made up of 1.5 million words. Imagine that. Over and above that, the same word can have different or variety of meanings depending on the context it is put in. 2 or more words that are spelled the same but are pronounced differently depending on their meanings. Now for today's lesson, we will mainly focus on the combination of words which are commonly referred to as idioms or idiomatic expressions. Out from the activity we have performed a while ago, What can you infer or how do you define idiomatic expression? Yes, Miss Diaz, can you please say something? Idiomatic expressions are a type of informal language that have a meaning different from the meaning of the words in the expression. Exactly is. Thank you so much, Miss Jam. So this implies that the meaning of idiomatic expression cannot be deduced by looking at the meaning of the individual words it is made up of. It is important to point out that idioms use language in a non-literal and sometimes metaphorical way. Another feature to also point out is that idioms are fixed, which means people just cannot decide to make up their own. Can someone in the class differentiate literal meaning from figurative meaning? Yes, Miss Glarido, you're raising your hand. Can you please share your insights about it? Alright, precisely, Miss Glarido. Very good. Therefore, idiomatic expression does not convey a literal meaning, but a figurative one. A penny for your thoughts. This idiom is used as a way of asking someone what they are thinking about. You have been quiet for a while. A penny for your thoughts? Add insult to injury. So when people add insult to injury, they make a bad situation even worse. The company rejected his application for a job and to add insult to injury, refused to pay his expenses. A hot potato. This idiom is used to speak of an issue, especially in current affairs, which many people are talking about. The issue of gun control is a political hot potato in the United States. Once in a blue moon, this is used when something happens very rarely. I think my grandson doesn't love me anymore. He comes to see me only once in a blue moon. Caught between two stools. When someone finds it difficult to choose between two alternatives, don't try to club a relaxing vacation with an adventurous one. It would fall between two. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, are there any questions? Clarifications? Since there are none, so let's have an activity to check your understanding. Match the column A to column B with its corresponding meaning. Write your answer in the space provided. To test your personal understanding about the lesson, let's have another activity. Direction. Read and analyze the following sentences. Determine the idiomatic expression and its figurative meaning in the context. Break a leg. Whoop it up. You're the apple of my eye. You hit the nail on the head. This idiom is an example that can help you connect in a more meaningful way during the conversation you're sharing. Idioms are particularly useful because they give you a new, creative way to express yourself. Rather than saying you're correct, you could say you hit the nail on the head, which is a more complex and interesting expression. Idioms can also be quite humorous to use, which allows you to express yourself in a more genuine way, including showing off your personality and sense of humor. Idioms can help your conversational skills because it shows native speakers that you understand the cultural meaning and context behind the idiom you're using. This can help you feel more comfortable and confident with your conversational abilities. The more you practice it during your English language learning courses. To reinforce what you have learned during our discussion, let's have your assignment. And that would be all for our lesson for today, class. Thank you for your cooperation. I hope that you have learned something out from me. So once again, I'm your teacher, Angel, and see you on our next class. Let's call it a day. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.